All right. Happy Friday. Yay, we made it through another week. All right. So Fridays, the chat gets to pick the colors. So I'll just wait a moment for a few people to get in here. And anybody that would like to pick a few colors, I'll go ahead and get going. If anybody would like to see a certain technique shown, I can try to do most techniques. So yeah, I've got a 12 by 12 inch canvas here. This is a canvas I have poured on prior to, and I'm going to paint this one. I have gessoed it, a couple layers of gesso actually on this one. And now we'll just repaint over it. So go ahead if anybody wants to go ahead and pick some colors. If nobody picks some colors pretty soon, I might just, this one originally, what I painted over was just not the best, but the colors were awesome. I almost want to repaint these same colors. So the background was turquoise, and then down the middle was silver, white, black, and purple. So, if anybody would like to, just go ahead and let me know if you want to just go ahead and see that same color combination repainted on this. So it's turquoise background, black, silver, white, and purple in the middle. It looked real nice, except for it. It was one that I had actually done at the very beginnings of my paint pouring. So it needed to be redone. It just wasn't the best technique, but the colors were awesome. So, all right, I am going to wait another moment, see if anybody comes in here, and then I might just go ahead and get going and paint it those colors. I might add a couple more colors in there, though. Let me gather up a few colors. Some purple, some black, and the silver. And I have very, very little white. I might actually use the pearl. Let me look. How much pearl do I have? Oh, this. So I don't have any more I can mix up, but I have this. So what do you think, Mike? You're your first one in here. Should I go ahead? You pick the colors. Should I color the same colors this one was? You saw it before it got gessoed. Actually, Mike was the one that helped me gesso it, so he remembers, hopefully. What do you think? Turquoise background with those colors? Sure. All right. Sounds good. Hey, H7, how are you doing? Yeah, I had to go live at 9:30. I had scheduled this one, so there was a live scheduled for 9:30 because of the kids are doing homeschooling. So they have to do beyond certain times, and then it bogs down the system. So this was the best time with internet availability at our house. So what we're doing here real quick is we're doing a turquoise background. And then I'm going to be doing, let me get this cord out. There we go. Turquoise background, black, silver, pearl, and purple in the center. This is a 12 by 12 inch canvas. And there is a cat here. All right, let me grab the palette knife. Yeah, I'm not sure. We've just, I think also just not our household, our whole area neighborhood. But we also reset our internet, not just like unplugging and plugging back in, like calling and having them, I think it's called a hard reset or something. Mike can explain maybe. We had that done. So we hope that maybe that will be helpful. I don't know. So we'll have to see how this one is. But I can't be live at the same time they're on with teachers and things like that. I want to make sure they have the best internet they can. So that's why I had to go live a little bit early. I'm going to get just a little bit more. Hey, Alina, how are you doing? Oh, good. Seems much better today. Oh, good. Yes, hopefully it'll be good. Hopefully we don't jinx it talking about it too much. But yeah. But we had it where they reset it. So I am doing, this is a 12 by 12 inch, and I'm doing a kind of a flip and drag, or no, actually I'll do a toilet paper roll. I think I'm going to do a toilet paper roll, and we're going to use, here I've got a toilet paper roll. Oh, good. I'm glad you enjoy it. Hey, Robert, how are you doing? So I've got a blank toilet paper roll. We've got turquoise down. We're going to go ahead and put it right about there. And then we're going to put some black. Let me go ahead and get the top off here. Get a little bit more black in there. Some black, some pearl white. Doing great. Awesome. Good. All right. Yeah, we were having connectivity issues yesterday, and so I'm hoping the stream is a little bit better. Oh, okay. Awesome. So you said roughly the same colors. What was maybe your did you have a different color you were thinking of? There's that Key West, that real nice color there. Or is this roughly the same colors? Put a little bit more black. And then I'm going to throw a little bit of this plum in it as well. Just like a tad. The darker purple, silver, pearl, a little more Key West, and let me see how much I have it. Don't need too much more. All right. Oh, awesome. Awesome. Good. So I'm going to put a drop of silicone directly in there, straight in there. Now I'm going to take a popsicle stick. I'm just reusing other ones and just give it like a quick 360, not even getting the whole thing. Not really a full stir, just a quick little bit. All right, let me set this one aside. Where's a good spot? Well, I won't get it everywhere. All right, now I'll tip it around a bit. Oh, always use white or black. Yeah, I do a lot of white and black as well. But yeah, I use all different colors. It doesn't matter. It's nice to have a negative space, you know, for the eye to kind of go to. But that negative space can be any color. Yeah, I like experimenting with all different colors, all different color combinations, all different, as your negative space, different colors. Definitely. I'm trying to be kind of gentle with it, trying to kind of save some of the nice cells and just kind of spread the paint with watching where, not letting it fold over on itself, kind of. So I'm going to go ahead and wipe my hands off real quick. And then, yeah, definitely all the different colors. I'm going to get my handy dandy uh, aquarium tubing. I couldn't even think of what it was. Oh, very calming. Oh, good. Thank you. That's awesome. I'm glad you're liking it. You try to use all different colors for the background. That's awesome. Good. So I'm going to blow out just a few of these edges. I'm trying to decide if I want to blow out the whole edges or do more of a swipe, but I do need to fill in. Right here we have just a little bit spot in the canvas that kind of got bare, but we can blow it and kind of, oh, I actually touched it. You don't want to actually touch it down. All right. So I think I'm just going to a little bit of areas, not full the whole thing. Just to kind of break up the edge a little bit. Sometimes I do it to where it's like full, like wispy edges, but I'm not really trying to do that, just kind of break up the straight line more. And every once in a while, you got to stop and kind of catch your breath. Kind of guiding it through. And then just a little bit more on this last edge. All right. I really don't think it'll do much, but we might as well give it a little bit of a torch. Yeah, I didn't really think it would. A couple little bit of additional cells popped in more through here, but that's about it. Now, there is one spot just right here, and then right where I touched it over here. All right. So there is a toilet paper roll. I'm going to put the black here on toilet paper roll paint pour. I put the black lid on before I knock it over and make a mess. The black would be quite the mess if I knocked it over. All right, let me grab. The next one is going to be on a record. Go ahead and somebody think of a color combination. Pick some colors. So let me go ahead and give a little bit closer. And the silver and the pearl white kind of all became just a lighter silver, kind of became one. But it has a nice shimmery with that silver and pearl white through there. A lot of depth right through those ones. But there we go. There's that one. Thank you. Thank you. Anatomy of a mythical creature. Yes. Awesome. All right. So this is on vinyl. You make sure it has no cat hair on it. I saw a couple. This time of year, the cats are shedding so bad. All right. So anybody have a color scheme, a particular color scheme you were thinking of? Anybody can pick the colors.
Can you take the bottom of that?
No, I can.
Okay. I just didn't want it to like all run out.
The tape's right here. Sometimes I tape the hole, sometimes I don't. It doesn't. It depends on really the technique you're going to use. But yeah, go ahead. Somebody in the chat, go ahead and pick the colors. So I've got just a little bit of blue painter's tape. I'm just putting a tape there on the back side. And so then when we pour, the hole was pretty filled with gesso already. I normally do not have to gesso the labels. This label, however, is gessoed because it was kind of an orangey red color. I have learned over lots of different going that doing these, that if it's any other color than orange or red, it's perfectly fine. But for some reason, orange and red labels will start bleeding through. So I gesso those only if they're orange or red. I don't have any glitter paint mixed up right now. Yeah, I don't have any mixed. You know what? Okay, pink, orange, and yellow. I'm going to do we did one a few weeks ago in those colors. We did a light switch cover, and it came out so pretty. I want to do another one in the pink, orange, and yellow. Let me grab orange. So we're going to do pink, orange, and yellow. Should we mix up a little bit of this and throw in there? So it's kind of not like, it's a glitter paint. This is normally a glaze, but we're going to try to mix up just a little bit to put in there. So let me grab a cup. All right. So here's a cup to mix just a little bit of that. So this is actually gonna, let me show you how it is. So it's this is the red, violet, blue shift this stuff. So in the cup, until it dries, it doesn't really, it looks white. But when it dries, it has that beautiful color shifting, the glitter's like a color shifting glitter. So now I'm putting a little bit of Floetrol, so 1 part paint. That's about 2.5 parts Floetrol, just the regular Floetrol. Now let me grab a stick. Yeah, kind of giving it a CD iridescent shine to an old vinyl. Not only just a little bit of water, it is a little thick, but just a dash of water. So it's going to look pretty white, but when it dries, it'll dry with that. And we'll just put little. We don't need a ton of this in there. All right. You can kind of, I don't know if you can see it on camera, but it's this iridescent, really, really fine glitter. So there's a couple use. The biggest CD ever, yeah. Kind of an oxymoron. All right, now let's get some pinks. And that's that Diva pink. Now let's get some orange. And this, I think, is where I'm going to put the dragonfly in right there. And then I'm going to grab both my yellows. All right. Now let me put the lids back on this pink or else I'm going to knock it over. I'm finally starting to learn. All right. Now I'm going to do a dirty pour. It'll kind of end up with a like an ombre to the pink. We might need more. I definitely actually think we need more. That was quite a big cup but that's okay. We can do the exact same thing. Same cup and get a little bit more, and you'll see how it'll actually create a nice depth. So a little bit of the pink, the lighter pink. Well, it's more of a fluorescent pink. The orange. The orange is the only one with silicone, which works perfect being the center color. More of that dragonfly glaze. Yellow. So probably a little less of the yellow because I have quite a bit of yellow there. All right. Now we're going to go just again. Perfect. All right. In which this is perfect because if the label does end up bleeding a little bit through, it doesn't really matter because we've got mainly kind of some pink and orange there in the center, so it's all right. So I'm going to go back this way a little bit. Let me go ahead. I'm going to get a little bit more pink on the end there. Just a second. Okay, did we end up? Yes, we have just a little bit left. I'm going to put just a little. The mixing ratio is 1 part paint to 2 to 3 parts Floetrol. It depends on if it's, I do use some Apple Barrel and craft paints, Craft Smart, you know, Folk Art. So if it's a thinner paint, 2 parts Floetrol. And if it's some of the thicker paints, 3 parts Floetrol. But 1 part paint to 2 to 3 parts Floetrol. And I would say about 90% of my bottles do not have silicone. I only have silicone in a couple of the bottles. So for that particular one, the orange had silicone. And that's it. Only the orange had silicone. So I am going to go ahead and give it, it is a vinyl record, so you definitely don't want to give it much, but I see a couple air bubbles. So just kind of a quick over to get the air bubbles mainly, but not, I mean, we have plenty of cells. It didn't really need it for cells. But yeah, I'm happy to answer any questions. Let me know if you have any questions for sure. So, all right, guys. Let me move the yellow out of the way there. And it's real hard to see on camera, but there is of that, there is kind of streaks of that, what is it called? Dragonfly glaze through there too. So, all right. We have just a couple more today, not too much to paint today, but I'm going to go ahead and get this one set aside and I'll grab the next one. I'll give you a little bit closer look. Everything that is white is going to dry that shimmery, really fine glitter. I like the second cup that I put through, giving the top just a little bit more streaks through the yellow. So, all right, let me set this one aside. Just a minute, guys. I want to make sure I have this one level. All right, grab the next one. All right, so now we have just like a rocker style switch plate and 2 small 2-inch by 2-inch magnets, or they're tiles, but we're going to make them into magnets. So go ahead. Yeah, that second cup gave me a little bit of pink on the yellow and yellow on the pink side. Yeah. Did it flow in one direction? Was it not level, maybe? And your paint might have been a little too thin. I think my paints are a little too fluid. Yeah, they might be on the thin side. And so just add a little bit more paint. What brands of paint are you using? I use pretty much all brands. So, all right, anybody can go ahead and pick some colors and we'll do some more here. But yeah, definitely make sure you have that thing level, because just the tiniest bit of off-centered, not level, it'll flow right off the edge. And then also just making sure, I do have a video where I actually warmed up honey and I showed what warmed up honey looks like in comparison to my paints. I have a couple videos on my paint consistency. Oh, so it was level. Yeah, I usually try to definitely use a level as well. I got a handy dandy level from the Dollar Tree. It's actually pretty decent level for Dollar Tree. And that thing works pretty good. Mainly folk art. Yeah, I love folk art. Folk art is one of my favorites. I use Apple Barrel except for the white. I use gloss white. Gloss white works perfect. But just regular Apple Barrel white does not work the best. But the gloss white works good. The green, gold, black, no purple. I saw purple was on there for a second there. I'll just use green, gold, black. Okay, green, or black. I said green as I grab it. Black, gold. Hey, you have colors up there. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it anyways. But yeah, I would say for a folk art or an apple barrel consistency paint, 3 parts Floetrol to 1 part paint, and usually no water. If any water, like very little bit of water. But usually with a folk art paint or an apple barrel, I don't even have to use water at all. Gold black. How about, I'm gonna get this kind of a brighter green, because I don't want the green when it dries. The other day I did a green, purple, and black canvas. Oh, that thing dried pretty dark. All right, so I'm going to actually put silicone straight in the cup. That's how I'm going to do these little items, is I put the silicone directly in the cup and wiped it around a little bit. All right, so now we're going to do, I could try to do on different sides of the, we'll see, do like a, yeah, mess around with that ratio, see what happens and let me know. I would love to hear your feedback on how it's working for you. Ooh, don't got too much of this green though, but that's okay. We can finish this green off. I do have more I can mix up later. I don't know. It's such a small area to do so many colors. But what I was more thinking is, here, I've got another cup. So a separate cup. I'm going to put a little bit of, and wipe it around just like I did the other one. Now I'm going to put purple in this one. A little bit of black. So what I could do is, so we'll see. We're going to try it. We'll experiment. I don't want the colors too contrasting, so I went with colors that are kind of going to go with. So there's one side. Lost a lot of the gold in that one. I'm not even going to pick this one up to tilt it. I'm just going to fill in the areas because I can tell it's got so much paint it's going to be slippery. But that's okay. You can just fill in these areas. And then I think I'm going to take my smallest palette knife. But just kind of you'll see in just a minute what I'm going for. kind of just bringing them together a little bit. So I am going to give it a little bit of a torch. I don't know, it's all right. I think I could perfect that a little bit more. But one of the things I was kind of surprised is because I had put gold in first, but the gold and the green and black kind of got lost. But that's okay until it ended up. So we still have, I'm going to go ahead and just. Awesome. Thank you. Fun colors. And then does anybody else have any color suggestion for that last magnet? This last magnet, I think I will do a swipe. Oh, yeah, I've been experimenting with quite a bit of purple and gold actually lately. That one was, which Apple Barrel's Plum Kiss is the lighter purple. And then I did put a little bit of darker purple, and it's the cheap brand. It's this one, not ultramarine blue, but it's Permanent Violet of this cheap brand. I love this brand of paint. So this last magnet, if anybody has a color suggestion, and then we have one more 8x10, and then that is it for today's live stream. So one more, anybody can go ahead and suggest some colors for this one. And then we do have an 8x10 we'll need some colors for as well. Hey, Joe, how are you doing? Welcome and happy Friday. Thanks for stopping in. How are you doing? But we're going ahead, we're letting the chat is picking the colors today. So we have one magnet left. This is a 2x2-inch tile that I'm just painting, and we turn them into magnets. And then I do have an 8x10-inch canvas, and that's it for today. Some red. All right, some red. I'm going to do a swipe. So I'm just putting some colors down, and then I'm going to swipe them. Blue. I'm going to put a little bit of this ultramarine, and then a little bit of this cobalt too. How about one more color? How about, I'm looking around. Some turquoise? What color should we do next? Or is that it? No more colors. Yellow, yes. Let's do some yellow. All right, let me grab this one. All right, now I have my smallest palette knife, so we're going to try to do kind of a swipe here. Wiping off my palette knife each time as I go. Little itty bitty cells popping up. So I just gave it a tiniest little skirt right on, directly on it with this. And so you're seeing little itty bitty cells pop up. And of course, you know, those color combinations. Yes, the colors of your logo. That's right. Your little thumbnail there. I'll show you. It's hard to show you the ittiest bittiest little. I kind of want to give it just a second. We're going to give it just a little bit more. I'm going to take and put just a little bit of colors in this little tiny cup. It needs a little more to it. The same colors. So I just took, whoo, knocking the paints over. Very little paint, very little. And of course, we got a little bit of green going on with the mixture of the yellow and, but there we go. Gave it a little bit of rivers, a little bit of going through. So, all right, let me move these cups a little bit out of the way here. And this 8 by 10 inch canvas. Put the lid on the green. I like that purple and gold one. That really turned out nice. All right. Now we have, oh, just as I looked up, I didn't even get to read that. Typos or something, I'm not sure, retracted it, but I didn't even get to read it. All right. Anybody else have some color combinations? Oh, you have to get going? All right. Well, thank you so much for stopping in. And yes, you have a happy and great Easter weekend as well. Thank you so much for stopping in. All right. This one, I'm not sure if you can actually see it. It's very hard to see because we've gessoed it, but the cat walked in this one the first time it was painted. So, all right. Should I just start slapping down some colors, or anybody got some color suggestions? How about a sunset? Does anybody want to see a sunset? I can paint a sunset. So we got this last 8 by 10. Any color? Orange, orange. Yes, it read your mind. All right, let's just go with a sunset. Let me gather up the yellows, a little bit of pink, some lighter blues. All right, so I think I'm going to go with a little bit of beach. I mean, not beach, ocean down here. So that's going to be the bottom. I know it looks backwards to you. I'm going to use a little tiny bit of my white. So that'll be the ocean. Now we're going to kind of have a kind of just ground there, just plain, just brown ground. I'll probably paint in detail of like some greenery or something, but for now it's just going to be just the ground. We need to bring the ocean a little bit over now. All right, now I'm going to go ahead and put down some yellows. Oh yeah, light switch cover is definitely a great way to do for renting. They're actually pretty cheap. I know it's hard right now because nobody can get out, but you could always take them down and paint them and then replace them if you have to when you go to move out. But they're pretty reasonable priced. The single ones are like 27 cents, and then the double ones are like 60 cents. So not too bad. All right. I'm going to go ahead and take and mix this in a little bit. All right, now wiping my hands clean. But yeah, I sell a lot of light switch covers to people, and specifically because they are renting, and so they're it's a little way to kind of jazz up your space because you can't really paint the walls or anything like that, but you can give a little bit of added color in there with light switch covers and things like that. Just pushing the yellow down. Now I'm going to grab all right. First, oh, there it is. All right, now I'm going to get a little bit of blues up towards the top. And then I'll switch it around so you guys can see it more the direction it's supposed to go. Sorry, it's kind of backwards to you guys. Darker blues kind of up towards the top here. Now I'm going to bring the blue down to meet to the yellow and oranges and kind of blend them together a bit. Sorry, my gloves were driving me nuts. It's hard to do this portion with gloves, so I had to take off my gloves for a minute. Okay, now I'm going to wipe my hands and keep kind of bringing it down, blending it through. Wiping my hand off every once in a while so I don't muddy the colors too much. All right, now I am going to get just a little bit of yellow on here. A little bit of this yellow and bring it. Like just a tad bit of the reflection, just a tad bit though. All right, gonna clean up this edge just a little. Then I'll flip it around and show you guys. Get the lid on the black. Yeah, sunrise, sunset, either one. All right. Now I am just doing this edge here. Have to go mow the lawn. All right. Yeah, I'm getting off of here too. This is my last one for today. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, and come back again, another live stream. I'm always happy to answer any questions for you. So I'm usually live on Tuesdays and Friday mornings. So yeah, thank you for stopping by and have a great weekend. Have a nice day. Just cleaning up these edges here, and then I will be getting off of here myself, actually. This was the last one for today. I'm just putting a little bit of this blue on my finger, this darkest blue we used. It was the phthalo blue. Yeah, trying to break the yellow. It kind of dries better that way. It leaves that bright yellow center, making it look like a sun. I did one a while back that really worked out well that way. So I've done now so many sunsets that I'm starting to figure out little things I want to do to fix them up and make each one better and better. So, all right. So this was my last one for today. But watch later for a community post for announcement about the channel. I am just waiting for YouTube to get back to me to approve something. And then as soon as they approve something on their end, I'll have something super awesome and super new to announce for the channel. So hopefully later today, if not tomorrow, I'll be able to make that announcement. But as soon as YouTube gets back to me, I'll have a huge, huge announcement for the channel. I'm super excited. So look out for that in the next day or two. And so, all right. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Yes, we made it with no buffering. I hope it was a much better stream, and I hope from here on out we have some good streams. No buffer demons. All right. So, and I hope you had a good birthday, H7. I hope you got some rest last night and have a good, happy Easter weekend. Hey, the cat just like tried to climb the paintings. The cat knocking stuff down. Now I'll go clean that up. She's always knocking stuff down. All right. Much love to you all. Happy Easter. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. And oh, Divine Tiffany, you came in just as I was saying goodbyes. Yeah, I just painted this one. But I'll be back live on Tuesday. I got to get off of here. I've got to get back to homeschooling right now. So, but thank you so much for stopping in. So sorry it happened to be just as I was saying my goodbyes. But all right, you guys have an awesome weekend, and thank you so much for stopping in. Much love. Be the change you want to see in the world. All right. Yeah, Tuesday morning at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. I'll be back Tuesday morning Pacific, 10 a.m. All right. Have a good one.